Hello, it's Full Record Jacket. Ben's in blue. Phil's in red.
Yes.
What are we doing? We're
Top
doing
Man City
more
versus-
one-hit wonders of the 90s. Thanks for watching. If you've been watching all of this series, then you must be someone who's a bit nostalgic about the 1990s, and maybe you remember all these records. And, well, whether you agree with us or not, we're just going to tell you what we think of them as we draw two more of these songs for which these artists are only mainly known by the general public. They don't have any other songs that anyone remembers them for, apart from maybe a few die-hard fans. So what have we got, Ben?
Well, the first draw up, let's have a look. Here it is. It's Lullaby by Sean Mullins. Really like
Oh my
that
goodness.
song.
I'm having difficulty remembering that one.
Oh, yeah.
I must know it, but I don't think that's come up on my...
about Bob Seger and Sonny and Cher. Everything's gonna be alright.
Oh, Sean with a W. Lullaby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rockabye.
You tell us. I'm just going to turn my mic off and play it to myself on my phone while you tell us the next.
Oh, we're back to Phil's music face. Look, everybody, he's playing some tunes. He's loving the music. The next one up, if anybody's interested, is Leicester's finest handcuff-wearing rapper. It is Mark Morrison.
Oh, my goodness me.
And Return of the Mac.
Right, okay. Okay. Yeah, well, I have to say, the Sean Mullins one, it's kind of, I just heard it on the phone, it's kind of familiar-ish, but I really don't know it very well.
I really like Sean Mullins' Rockabye.
Oh, okay. You see, if Return of the Mac had come up against a number of the others, I'd have put it through, you know?
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's as dreadful as some other records of that type.
It's not bad. It's not.
I've
actually got Mark Morrison's album.
I mean, I think Mark Morrison... I don't even know much about Mark Morrison. Wasn't he? Yeah, he was arrested for something, wasn't he? Or he was...
Yeah.
Some kind of court case. And then he did...
in Germany, grew up in Leicester, got arrested, which is why he had to... I can't remember what it was for, but then I know he got arrested later on and got somebody else to do his community service. So
that was something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so
I got the impression he was a bit of a prat, but then being a bit of a prat is not a barrier to making a great record. Not that that's a great record, but it's kind of okay, but it would annoy me if I heard it too much.
Yeah. Lullaby, Sean Mullins. I really, really like that song. It's a really sort of stripped back, nice vocal. Mention some great artists of the time.
Okay, well, before the next round, then, I will listen properly to Sean Mullins to make sure that I have a decent opinion on him. But in the meantime, I have
so we said he's going through.
I'm going to give way to you and let him go through, and Mark Morrison can go off to prison or wherever he's going to go.
Yeah, he's going off. Right, next up is... Ooh, here we go. Swing, bada, 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 swing. Come, baby, baby, come. Oh, you want to give me loving and you want to give me some.
Oh, my goodness, yeah. Well, who were they again?
K7.
Okay.
So, K7.
Okay.
And it's up against...
When that came up on my Walkman, or I saw it on the list, first I was thinking that K7 was going to be a female-fronted grungy rock type band, and then I remember that was L7.
Yeah.
But
I think K7. I think that because he had like a backing band. I think they appeared under a couple of different names. I think K7 was his solo project, and I think he was part of another band. But it's up against. Have I ever told you, Phil, that I Love Your Smile by Shanice?
okay. Yeah. Do you have a preference on these two?
Yeah, Come Baby Come by K7 is far more enjoyable than Shanice, I Love Your Smile. And I did like that. I think it was early 90s it came out. I remember the first time I saw it was at my nan's. And there was that, what was that music TV show that used to have didn't have any presenters. And it
Just
used to
had,
be
yes, I know. Was it on Channel 4? Or,
something like that, yeah.
and they used to have the indie chart as well, didn't they?
Something like that, yeah.
Was it just called the Chart Show?
Could have been. And it was all sort of computer graphics.
I know,
and
they
stuff
just
like
showed
that,
you all the
wasn't it?
different videos, didn't it?
Yeah. So that's the first time I heard it.
I thought it at first. I used to think well, at first it's kind of a nice little bit of sunshiny pop. It's actually a Motown record, you know. It's actually on the Motown label.
Yeah.
It's a kind of girly, sunshiny teen pop, quite well done. You know, I would love to have written a song like that if it was played a lot on the radio and I got the royalty check. I would be quite happy, but it could get on your nerves if you heard it a little bit too much.
There's nothing sort of in that song apart from that.
That's the best bit about it.
Yeah, it's nothing. Whereas
the middle eight's quite
K7,
good.
Yeah,
the middle eight in the middle's quite good.
It's got a lot of sort of little bits you can hang your hat on, like swing, bada, 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 swing, come, baby, come, baby, come, oh, you want to give me. So, for the enjoyment aspect.
For the attitude factor, even though it's rubbish, but more enjoyably rubbish than the other one. Is that what you're saying?
Shanice, I think K7's winning it for me.
So, okay, Shanice, we loved your smile, but you're probably not smiling right now because you're going out.
Yeah,
and,
you're going out. You're going out. So
K7 are Come Baby coming into the next round. So,
do you know what, Phil? We've only got 4 left.
4 left. How many have we just done on this episode then?
2.
How did the last episode last 20 minutes and that we only been going 6 minutes on this? Maybe they were just quite easy to do.
Because we only had K7 and Shanice and Mark Morrison to discuss on this one, probably.
Okay, so let's draw some more.
Right, here we go. Right, we're down into the final few. It is Insane in the Brain by Cypress Hill, who had many hits, I think, in America and that, but I don't think they had any really in this country.
No, here I think the mainstream audience would not remember any of their other.
No, and it's up against
tracks.
Phil.
Is it another classic?
It's a classic. But now you did say, this shouldn't be in there because she had many more hits. It's Nothing Compares to You by Sinead O'Connor.
Yeah, now she did have more hits, but of course, if you actually look at Sinead's singles discography, the next biggest hit is Success Has Made a Failure of Our Home, which she did in it was kind of an orchestral big band ballad thing. And that reached number 18 in the UK. And probably not a massive. It was played a bit at the time, but it's not one that you really ever hear again on the radio.
I've probably never heard it. I couldn't even tell you.
So, obviously, I mean, there are other Sinead O'Connor. I mean, have you heard she did The Foggy Jew with the Chieftains, which is from one of the I can't remember what it was one of the films about the Irish Revolution that was on the soundtrack of that. I can't remember which film it was. It might have been The Wind That Shakes the Barley, or maybe one of the other ones, but I can't remember. But that's like an Irish folk song that she did with the Chieftains, and she's obviously done other albums and things. And my reaction was, no, Sinead O'Connor's surely too great an artist to be listed as a one-hit wonder.
And the fact it's a Prince song as well.
She was a phenomenal talent, and obviously the fact that the song is written by Prince, which is kind of bizarre to be a one-hit wonder written by one of the biggest pop writers of the 80s and 90s. But sorry,
Insane in the Membrane.
Oh, now you see, Insane in the Membrane. I actually remembered this and thought, I actually kind of like that as a kind of rebellious rap, fun rap kind of thing.
Yeah.
And but then I heard it again, and I must admit, I kind of slightly got fed up with it.
I think you could listen to it once and go, yeah, that's all right.
That was okay.
And then you'd be happy not to hear it for the rest of the year.
I was disappointed. I was expecting it to be more fun than it was, and I was disappointed. Can't fault Sinead O'Connor's performance of Nothing Compares to You.
She even gets emotional in the video.
Yeah, so I mean, I'd have to go for Sinead O'Connor myself.
Do you know what? I'm going to have to side with you, Phil. For one, the video's iconic, the song's iconic. And 2, if we don't put her through, she's probably going to turn up at my doorstep with an axe in her hand. But yeah, I think for the simplicity, and it's a very beautiful song by Sinead there. Whereas Insane in the Membrane, yeah, it's all right. It's but it would annoy the living daylights out of you if you were stuck in a lift, and you had a choice between listening to that or drinking your own wee. I'd be like, point me up, son. I am guzzling it down. So, yeah. Are we getting rid?
We're going Cypress Hill, going down the other side of the hill.
Yeah.
And Sinead is going through to the next round. Nothing Compares to You is through.
The last two.
The last two. I can't even think.
They could be?
I can't think what hasn't come up yet. I'm just trying to think. Was there anything that I remember that we haven't actually discussed?
Ooh, I've just seen it.
There's obviously 2 that we haven't discussed, but
yeah, these 2
on this list of 64. Okay.
Are you ready? Number 63 is. Oh, I ripped it. Is Here Comes the Hot Stepper in Ikamosi, which I think was in the Pret-a-Porter film. Here Comes the Hot Stepper.
This is another one I don't remember massively well.
And it's up against Crash Test Dummies.
Okay. Okay. Now, I actually... So, I'm saying...
That's the vocal. That's the whole vocal, isn't it? Right?
It's an extremely... I listened to it the other day, the Crash Test Dummies one, and I hadn't heard it for a very long time. Now, at the time, I kind of liked it, and I thought it was quite quirky and quite cool. And I had a colleague at the time who was into quite a lot of cool music, and he quite liked it as well. So at the time, I officially liked it. Now, I actually saw them perform it. I saw them they appeared at the Phoenix Festival in, I think it was 94 that I went to the Phoenix Festival first time. And did I see Beck then? I saw Beck at one point. But was it then? I think this was 94, wasn't it? Pretty sure. Am I right to think this is 94? Anyway, I'm pretty. Yeah. Anyway, I did see
93, 94. I think. That's anyway, I'm sure.
I did see the Crash Test Dummies, and obviously they performed this. This was out or had not been out for very long at the time. Really quite bizarre, kind of a weird American Gothic.
Came out in 93.
Is it fair to say that's American Gothic? That kind of weirdness.
I'm not sure what it.
It's
kind of. They were the album God Shuffled His Feet.
They were quite
alternative rock.
They were quite arty, weren't they? And
yeah. All I want to know is, and I think I've seen an interview with him, but it'd be brilliant if the lead singer came out and he was like, "Hello, my name's Keith," and then when he starts saying,
so what's the other one? The other song.
The other one is Here Comes the Odd Stepper.
See, the thing is, I don't remember. Is that the one about I'm the Lyrical Gangster?
Gangster.
Oh,
yeah,
that's the one. That's the one. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I'm sure it was in the Pret-a-Porter.
I know it. Okay. Well, for me, I'm putting Crash Test Dummies through. I'm putting the Crash Test Dummies into a wall at 70 miles an hour.
Yeah, let's see. It's hip hop reggae fusion. Here Comes the Hot Stepper, and it was in the soundtrack to the film Pret-a-Porter, which I'm
still bored of it though. I'm still annoyed by it now.
What I do like Here Comes the Hot Stepper.
It's all. I'd say for first time, I'm not. Do you have a preference on these two? What would you go for?
Oh, I'm going for.
Once there was this kid whose parents. Okay, so Crash Test Dummies are through.
They're going through. They're Crash Test Dummies because it's quite an iconic song as well, isn't it?
The
title is not really a title.
Yeah, they've been driven into a wall at 70 miles an hour and they've broken through into the round of 32, the Crash Test Dummies.
Do you think it's the only ever song title that is a sound
rather than
not
a
an
word.
actual than a
It
word?
could be. We'll have to have a think about that. I'll tell you one thing about the Crash Test Dummies. They
Go
made
on.
an impact.
Hey, hey! Phil's banging them out the park, isn't he? Smashing the japes out.
Right. What else
So
have we got?
the hot stepper is, well, Ini Kamosi
Oh, dear.
is Ini Kamauti of the draw.
Okay.
I tried to make that work and failed miserably. But that, Phil, that is the round of 32.
So we have much more to discuss when these songs get drawn and continue to face off against each other. Join us for that.
Battle to the end!
Thank you for watching. We are just thrilled that you made it this far. And
I'm thrilled we've got this far.
so we really are. Give us a like, give us a share if you like this sort of stuff. And check out our other videos where we talk about music that's generally of a far superior quality to most of what has come on this particular show. Thanks again for watching.